welcome back. This is Miss V, and you're watching APHG with me, Miss V. Alright, so we're thinking geographically, and by now you're probably like, yeah, I'm gonna be a super geographer, geographer. Yeah. By now you're gonna be saying that I'm a super geographer, but not yet. Not yet, because there's a long way to go. We have to analyze a whole lot of stuff, right? But let me assure you, by the time you're finished this course, you're going to see the earth, and you're going to see human interaction and human life and the way we do things a whole lot different. Trust me. All right, so which means we're going to get into topic number 5, and we're talking about scale and regional analysis. Okay, so let us begin. Where are we going today? As with always, make sure you have your guided notes. They should be in your assignment area. If not, you can, if you're not my students, you can find them in the comment section. If you are my students, you should already know where those are, right? And of course, I can't stress the importance of using the guided notes, because those will help you with your quizzes, tests, and of course your AP Human Geography exam come next year, right? So now that I've done that little overview, and I'll have a little bit more of the overview today of this lesson, we're going to talk about the scales of analysis and what does that mean, and we're going to talk about regional analysis and what does that mean, and then we're going to tie it all together. Okay, so let us get going. Spatial and regional analysis. So basically, this is what it is. Geographers use various measurements and so forth and data in order to determine how much space, landmass, a piece of land takes up on the earth, and how we use those scales, right, those measurements to analyze that particular landmass, and how it relates to other land masses and human beings in general, right? So that's what we're going to look at today. So scales of analysis. Now let me tell you, you use this all the time, and you don't even know it. You use it all the time, and I'm going to show you exactly how you use it. Trust me, you're going to find out right now. You use it all the time. So scale is refers to, our map scale refers to the relationship between distance on the map and the actual measurement in the real world. Okay, so as you see her, she's kind of looking in the glass, and she's, you know, seeing how you have a globe. So the globe is not necessarily the actual size of the earth, but it's a representation of the distance and the area and landmass of the earth, right? So there's different types of map scale measurements. We have a fraction or a ratio, so you may see it as one out of 24,000, or one, you know, in that mathematical terminology. Or you may see it as a written statement, which says 1 inch equals 1 mile. Or you may see it as a bar graph scale. So the bar is set at a certain size to represent a measurable distance. In this case, as you see here, you have 0 to 3,600 miles. So it could be that this is about 1 inch or 2 inches. So we can say that 2 inches, quote unquote, represents 3,600 miles, right? So you would use a ruler, or you would use some tape measure or something like that, and every second inch would be another 3,600 miles. Okay, so scales of analysis. Let me explain how this works. The larger the area of the space being represented on the map, the smaller its scale. Okay, let me explain how this is, because you use this all the time. Okay, now, all right, welcome back. So this is Miss V. So I had a whole thing suited out with my PowerPoint and all that stuff, and I was like, well, I could show you a better way of scale and analysis, or an analysis of scale through the Sims rather than seeing it on PowerPoint. Real talk. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna actually show you the scale, or a scale analysis via the Sims. Because I told you, you use this all the time and you don't even remember. You don't even realize it. Let me show you. Alright. Alright, so Yaslin she's at a festival where they serve tea, and she's in the city. Okay, and they have a whole lot of teas and from different cultures and so forth. We'll talk more about cultures later. But she's going to be sampling various teas. Okay. And talking and having her fun and so forth. She is hungry, so we're gonna see if we can find her something to eat as well. Okay. However, before we get into all of that, I do want to explain to you scale analysis. Okay. So what geographers do in order to analyze an area or a place, they use scale analysis. Now, as I said before, the larger the area of space being represented, the smaller the scale. Okay. So for example, right now my area is pretty large in this space, right? So I'm pretty much seeing a good aspect of the city area, right? So that means that my analysis of my scale is small. Okay, there's not much detail I can get here, right? I can see that there's people here, maybe that there's, something, I don't know what that is, and there's some kind of festivities happening, right? My information here is small. Okay, small scale. Large area, but my scale is small. Okay, I don't have that much detail. Now, as I zoom in a little bit more, right, now I'm increasing my scale, right, but my area is becoming smaller. My area is smaller, right? So I'm just focusing here on the festival, right? My area is smaller, but my detail on my scale is much larger. The details are much more cleaner, right? So obviously here I can see, there is a festival going on here, right? So I'm gonna move over a little bit and let's see where she's at. Yeah. So let's move over a little bit and we're gonna zoom in a little bit more to the point where we kind of right up under her. And now I don't know what is she, why is she looking at her like that? I don't know. That's her friend. Anyway. So let's play and see what she's up to. Right? So all of her friends are here. And maybe I could have her drink some tea. Yeah, she's going to order food because she's hungry. So let's see what happens, because everybody's headed towards the festival, right? And now I'm going to show you how I'm going to zoom in, because I need to see the details a little bit more, right? I want to see exactly what she's eating, how she's interacting. And this is what geographers do all the time. See, I'm trying to see exactly what she's eating. Now, this looks like some kind of Asian dish. I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably some kind of Asian dish that she's eating. Who knows? So look like she's trying to find some place to sit. Firecrackers. I can see this one has nearly blown up itself to smithereens. That is so stupid. Bess is calling. Let's see what she wants. She says, I have a cool business idea. She's asking for 1,000 simoleons because she has a business idea. Now, lady, this girl only have $4,000 to her name. She needs a job. I don't think she can afford that, so we're gonna say that she can't afford it. Alright, so she's gonna sit down and talk with some folk. here. I don't know why she's blurring.
Dag dag.
Maybe it's the tea that she's drinking.
Dag.
So maybe I can get her some tea after she's finished eating. But as you see here, I can zoom in and get into some heavy detail, and I can see more details. I can see the details of her earrings. Maybe I can figure out where her earrings come from, where she's from, things like that, okay? But if I zoom out and I go into a larger area, I can't see that much detail. I can't get that much detail from this area, right? So this is what geographers do basically. Geographers may look at this particular larger area and look at the smaller scale and figure out things about the environment. Okay, well there's a water fountain here. We can obviously see by the layout of the area that this is a city, right? But if I zoom in a little bit more, then I can get a lot more details here about the area and the place that she's in. Obviously I can see, okay, they're hosting some kind of celebration. What type of celebration is it? It's some type of cultural celebration, right? Where they have foods, they have drinks, this pranksters, I don't know what this is. I think that's the club. Joining the pranksters club, which is crazy. They do all kind of pranks and stuff, which is nuts. And this is the jokesters club. So obviously the more that I zoomed in, the more I was able to find out about the culture and what was going on, right? So that's pretty much scale of analysis. The more that we're able to look into more detail, the more information that we're able to get about that particular place and what it's about. If we just stayed outside and zoomed out and looked at the entire earth, we wouldn't be able to get a good idea of what things that's happening and how we interact with our environment. But the more we zoom in and we look at the details, the more information we can get. All right, so hopefully that helped you understand a bit more about scale analysis and how we're able to get various types of information even from the same place or the same area, but just differentiating or just looking at different parts of that same place on a different scale. All right, so talk to you soon, and let's get on to the next topic. All right, bye.